Well, a very good evening from a beautiful Somerset castle at sunset as we are, well, we're cutting a few silage bales away to be sold today. We've been busy since we were last here. We've finished the contract, we've cleared a lot of bales away, stacked our own straw up, and we've even cleared away all of our silage bales. These are the last to be sold. We've kept about a trailer load, and we'll get into ride later on. But we're just going to take these ones away to the nearest store just to get them sold, get a little bit of extra money coming in. We've got one more contract to start tomorrow, which will be another baling contract, but we're not going to do that today. We've got some other things to do this evening. We've got some new, some leased equipment that we need to use. And Lord, that felt like a bit of a rock over there. It wasn't that bad, but so yeah, we need to try some new hired-in equipment that we have to get ready for our next crop, which I've decided will not be planted until springtime. But yeah, the plan is still there anyway, that we need to get ahead of the schedule so we can do that. And then we can move on to any other contract work that might come in after that as well. The main reason I'm doing that is well, right now, we don't have a great deal of money. Since we cashed everything in, since we finished all those contracts there and did a few more, did one more actually and got it all cleared up as well, which was just around the corner from the yard, so it made sense. We're sitting around about 50,000. So we're looking a lot better than we were. We've climbed right back up. And we're looking good. So we will continue to try and work on that, see what we can get done. After we sell this load off here, there's one more field of our own as well that we can cut. And to be honest there, we will likely put into silage. A little bit more value, and we'll probably just keep hold of it for now as well. And we can sell that when we need to, or, you know, if demands improve. Over you go, bounce, bounce, bounce. So yeah, this is the first thing we're going to do. Then we're going to go back to the yard. We've got a bit of tidying up to do around the yard, move a header trailer back out the field and find somewhere to store that. The combine's in the shed now as well. So harvest is done, pretty much. It's been a busy one. It's been a productive one. And we've done an awful lot of baling, but we're nearly there. So we'll see how we continue. I believe off that big hayfield you joined me with it the last time there, we loaded 2 full trailer loads, which was good. 2 full trailer loads and then a little bit, not too much, but there was something there anyway. So that was good. So that allowed us to make a good bit of money, sell some extra as well, and really can dig ourselves out of that hole we put ourselves into. But I'm quite pleased that we've done that and we made those steps, if only because it allows us to continue to advance the farm, make some bigger strides, get some better equipment in where possible, that kind of thing. And we, you know, I do kind of believe we're doing that. Excuse me, lady. Thank you very much. So yeah, this is going to go around the corner. No clue what we're going to make for this. Whatever we make will just be a nice little extra. I don't think it's that one. I think it's the one around here. Yes. I'm going to. Bump, bump, bump. And then. Boom, 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 boom. Right, they've been sold. I did a quick click there. That made me 2,500 for that trailer load. I'll take it. I will take it. It's paid for a couple of things that we have sitting in the yard that have been hired in, which we'll need, so that's good. And alright, so what we're going to do is take this on back over to the farm on the exact same road that we've just been on there. Park this trailer up somewhere as well. Won't be needing this again for a little bit. And then, yeah, let's figure out where we're going to park some things and what the next few steps look like. The problem is this road, whatever happened to the pathway here was not ideal. You can get in through here because I made it a little bit wider, but yeah, it's not the best. So the plan is still, once we get all the other contract work done, is to move it, rip up a bit of this hedge, replant some hedge over there, and then in between those 2 tree stumps, which is why I've left them there really, is a bit of a guide, is just to bring a sweeping track into there, and then really, where they are, is about perfect for, you know, where I want the hedges to swing into. So it gives us a big, large area in which we can turn on into there. So that is the plan. But as you can see, the sun is slowly setting. Here's a beautiful evening, and there's a couple of bits of equipment in the yard that aren't mine. I've hired them in, but we're going to be using them as we get ourselves ready to go for harvest, or for planting and ultimately harvest next year. First of all is the McConnell hedge cutter. We've got this for a few reasons. There's a few narrow lanes and hedges I've been asked to trim around here, but also I want to just go around and tidy up the insides of our 2 fields and do a little bit of trimming on the riverbank on the silage field that we cut. So that's the first one. And like I say, there's a few smaller contracts that we can tidy up there as well with that, which is great. But then the second piece is this right here. It is a harrow, and we're going to be using this to establish a bit of a cover crop in our cereal fields. We're going to be putting down oilseed radish here, and we're just going to leave it for the next, well, where are we now? September, next 4 months, 5 months. And then we'll be putting some spring barley in here next year. So that's going to leave it. It's going to work its magic in terms of providing a bit of a nitrogen fixation into the soil with the big open canopy it'll have on the plant. But also the roots are going to penetrate really deep down to take out any, well, hopefully aid any compaction issues that we have. So that is the plan. One thing I do want to get sooner rather than later is a pressure washer. Some of this equipment needs a bit of a blast down. The combine is a little long for the shed, but it's in. It'll stay like that for now. I've got nowhere else to put it really. We've kept this is all the straw that we made. We've kept that, and we've also kept this handful of round baled silage here as well, along with whatever we'll make on the fields over there. Main reason being, in case we may find a way to get some livestock. In all honesty, then if we can, well, I want to be in the position that we can actually do something. We don't need to suddenly panic and buy anything there. If we don't do that by the kind of next spring, then they'll just get sold when they can. But I thought that made a little bit more sense just to have that on one side. Now I need somewhere that I can, this long bale trailer might just go there. And I'm thinking of sticking the header trailer out the way down there as well. But for now, this trailer will be needed again. This field that we're in now, we're not going to be plowing or drilling into the exact same amount of ground. We're going to take a little bit back here so we can make a better bit more yard space really. So that will be coming along, but for right now at least we can just stick this in here. We'll be probably picking this back up tomorrow anyway, I would imagine. There we go. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful stuff. And then that means, yeah, Marston trailers here as well. So we might, if we can, find a way to hardcore some of this. We can't get around there anyway, but you know, we'll see what we do. Chickens have made one full pallet so far. It's been away. We're just waiting to see when the next one will arrive. That's rather exciting. And then yeah, we're gonna go and pick up the header trailer that's tucked away in the field over there, just to get it out of the way. There you go. Yeah, everything's cleared here. These fields are ready to go. That field there, it's not going to have too many bales in it. So I think for a field similar size that I actually did for a contract the other day, I think I got maybe 8 or 9 out of it. So if I can get the same again, you know, that'll do us. That'll be all that we need. And then, yeah, we can just chalk those up with the rest of them. No, at the moment there, I don't have a bale squeeze of any sort. I have been just spiking them and then having to put tape on them afterwards to seal them up again. Not ideal by any stretch, but you know, this is where we are. Alright, that'll do. Wonderful stuff. Just go and park this stuff out of the way as well. And really, we're just making some good progress. That's all we're doing. We're kind of getting ourselves set up here. The contracts are still coming through, just a little bit slower. I have a lot of the smaller contracts that have been really good. Made some great acquaintances there, so we can look to capitalize on that next year as well. But having the smaller equipment has really helped in that regard. And all being well. Oh yeah, like I said, I bought a trailer as well. I bought this water bowser so that I can actually water my greenhouse, because they weren't going anywhere. And now you'll see they are flourishing, which is great. Very, very happy about that. Okay, let's squeeze you in. Both of our sheds are finished now as well, so that was 20 grand of investment right there. They're not big sheds by any stretch. As you can see, they get filled up pretty quickly by an implement, but it certainly helps. It's getting some things under cover there, so that's pretty much all we can ask as a start. Oh, there's not really not much space for anything else in here, is there? I wonder if I can get that any closer towards the shed. Sure I can. All right, I'll do it. That will do it. Perfect. Whoop. I would like it to be undercover. In all honesty, it's been it's been undercover all of its life, really. It's just not going to be. I haven't got the space yet. It'll do. It's got some shade here anyway. If we can find a sheet to stick over it, we will. There you go. We're out the way there. Happy days. And then we'll just actually this tractor's hopefully going to take that harrow. I managed the tether okay, so it should take this without a problem. And we're not going to go out in this right now. We're going to go out and get a bit of work done in the Renault and see how we get on there. But never hurts to get ourselves all ready to go. Now you could in theory get like a subsoiler to establish this as well, but A, there costs a lot more to hire in because of wear and metals and things. B, you need a lot more power as well for like the same, for even like a 3 meter, what would they be, like 4 or 5 leg subsoiler? That Renault's not going to pull it, so that didn't make any sense. But here I'd say we're looking pretty darn good. Alright, we can just stay there for now. Must be lovely up there this evening, I bet. I've left my light on. Perfect. Okie dokie. So yeah, like I say, one more job that we need to do is for hay. I mean, it's mid-September now. It's going to be a challenge, but we'll try. Next few days looks pretty decent anyway, so we'll see what we can do for that. And then there was talk of maybe some third cut silage, but we will see. But anyway, I like the fact that we've got a whole fleet of hay making equipment. So there's not really much that we can't do, which is pretty ideal for me, I think. I like the look of that, and then we'll be able to get going. What I will do right about now, before we forget, is let's just look at getting our pressure washer in. They're expensive, but keeps everything looking tidy. The only thing I don't have, though, is a place to park the mower indoors, so that might end up having to stay outside, which doesn't sit well with me, but here we are. Alright, now we have a pressure washer. Look at that. Happy days. So, what we're going to do, we're going to head on out there. We're going to get a bit of tidying up done with the Renault. Beautiful evening for it. And there we go. Like I said, this is a hired-in machine. It's not ours by any stretch, mainly because we just don't need it for more than a day. And we'll be looking to kind of do that with a lot of the equipment that we acquire going forward. So, for example, a seed drill, we won't need that for much more than a day to get our land done. So we'll rent one of those, and then we'll keep kind of building up that way and see what comes along in those sales. But in reality, probably don't need it. Okay, so at some point we'll probably look to try and get this lane done as well. We might end up keeping this for a few days. But the priority right now is I want to get the field work done inside the field so that we can get this drilled and then leave it and not get onto it at all. And hopefully, yeah, that'll be good. Waiting for a phone call back as well to see if there's any more work. I rang someone up about it who I was speaking to from another contract to see if they had any interest or inclination, so we'll see. That field has shot up since we mowed it, actually. It really, really has. Ooh, easy. I'm going to start in here because I want to get over to that riverbank, really. Just to see what we can do there. Now, we've left this a little bit longer towards the edges there. Out of choice, could have got the mower a bit closer, but I wanted to leave it just for wildlife, really. Give them somewhere else to work on. But that's just along these hedgerows here. Along the river there. Oh dear! Hello to you. I want to go look at trying to trim down some of the riverbank itself. Because apparently there's someone coming in here to do some work on the riverbank sooner rather than later. So if we can get that tied up a little bit for them, that would be great. First thing I'm going to do is figure out... Okay, so I'm going the wrong way there. I'll have to swing over here. We'll start down here somewhere. Alrighty. I don't know what they're going to do to this riverbank because there's not really a river in it per se, barely a stream at the moment, but that is not for my want of reasoning, I suppose. Alright, so I think we're all looking set to go. Let's fire it up, get some revs on the board. Okay. Gonna figure out how this all works, of course. Put that down. Oh. Ooh, easy. That's where you know you've gone too far. Seeing is a little bit difficult here. It's kind of at the wrong angle. I used to love those hatch cutters where you could really bring out the boom to the front a little bit more. A chance of seeing what's happening. However, it's working for now. We do need to bring down that speed a little bit. Alright, so we're maybe going just a little bit too slow there, so let's see if we can kick up a gear. Alright. That's better. We do need to get a little bit closer again, but this is just a good starting point really to see how we get on. We'll try and get ourselves into the corner here. And I didn't really know what the bank was going to bring up ahead of it, so we'll see. We'll just kind of cut down what we can, and then we'll see how it looks here. A little bit tight around the side there. Let's not go too far down there. Alright. I think this time we'll just stay on this side as well. Excellent stuff. So we'll give this a bit of a thrashing down here anyway, and we should be able just to get it looking a little bit tidier and better for itself without ending up in the ditch, because ultimately that's going to be a terrible end to anyone's evening. Okay. And we'll try one more along there. Yeah, so we're going to be doing this. Ideally, what we can reach, we can't really reach too far with this road going all the way into the side, unfortunately, but we're going to try and do this around the sides, get this all taken care of, and then it's going to be left tied up along here. We're going to do the grass verges on the other side of that field that you can see as well. That should be nice and easy to do. And then so we should be looking a little bit better for it. And we'll just go back ever so slightly here. Don't need to take down all the hedgerows either, but just what we can really. And away we go one more time. Nice and easy. And this will be a perfect way for us to spend the rest of the evening there. So without further ado, we're going to probably leave it here, I think. Thank you very much for watching. It's been a little quick episode from us showing you what we're getting up to there and how we're making progress. But I hope you have enjoyed. We'll be back with you with more updates through September as we start to get our cover crops drilled and plan for the rest of the winter. And also see what the autumn's going to bring for us really in terms of work. But we'll have to wait and see. Until then though, thank you very much for watching as always. Do stay safe. Enjoy what you're doing as always. And we'll catch you in the next one.